I've always loved astronomy. I kept the telescope I've had since I was a child. I remember tracking the motion of the stars to the horizon when I was 6 with my sister when she took a high school astronomy class. I've witnessed 2 comets. I've even had a star pass the base of the constellation Cygnus named after me. I've studied black holes, tried to learn more about astrophysics, the whole 9 yards. And I have noted that there are studies and possibly plans for NASA after setting up a space station. They may be planning to colonize place a colony on the moon for inhabitants as part of a test to study what would also entail the long-term effects of a change in gravitational force on the human body. And I heard that there may be plans for this within the next 20 or 30 years. And I thought, my God, I am meant for this. I would be perfect for this. But then I thought, what would I do there? I mean, why would they want me there? And I'm a journalist. I've written all my life, and I'm a designer. So my job could be to catalog what is going on at the colony and try to distribute news to the colony about what's going on the moon, or maybe even about what's going on Earth. And I like this plan. It would seem fitting to give me occasional feeds through occasional transmissions for information for me to pass on to the colony, and I would catalog historically what is happening here for people on Earth to learn from, and this sounds like the perfect thing for me. And then I thought, wow, I would disseminate all information to this colony of people on the moon. I would be their only link to news. I could tell them anything. Just think about it for a minute. I could tell them anything and they wouldn't be able to use another source to prove me wrong. I could tell them I sang the national anthem for the president. No, really, I don't have that bad of a voice, because we were going to be leaving to actually live on the moon, and these people would believe me. I wondered if I'd have to write reports to send back to Earth. Would I have to tell them how hypnotic the effects of the Earth light are? Because, you know, everyone talks about how wonderful it is to be in the moonlight. And I don't know if it's a good idea to have a restrained audience like that, people who had to listen to me. And then I started thinking, would I be able to bring my pet cat with me too? Because all I could think is that my cat would be taking leaps, and they would be like 15 feet jumps, 10 feet in the air, you know, and they probably wouldn't even be able to let me bring a pet along to the moon. But it's still fun to think about things like this, the gravitational pull and all that stuff. Remember at the planetarium how they would have those scales for different planets so you could see how much you would weigh there because of the different gravitational pulls? All the women loved the fact that they could weigh themselves on the moon because of the moon's gravity having like 1/6 the Earth, so they could all look at the scale and say, I weigh 24 pounds. But then I suddenly started to think, I love the idea of seeing the stars from an entirely different angle. I wonder how they would look, how they would accommodate the days for a 28-day Earth day, be the length of the moon. I mean, can you even imagine seeing the Earth in the sky out there the way we look at the moon now? Can you imagine it? You'd be there, unable to make any connection with people on Earth at all. And would it be that hard? The one thing I realized I'd missed so much about leaving Earth for years wouldn't be the traffic or having to go to the grocery store or to a restaurant, but missing love. For the first time, you'd be separated from your family. Would my husband go on without me, or would I have to live without the only person that meant the entire Earth to me? Would I have to learn to live without any love?